I just went on a riff right there, but the thing is, these...
But isn't that what you do, though? Like,
yeah.
one of the things that when anybody ever talks about you to me,
Mm.
they say, well, he's all over the place. And I say, I think that he's got a different power source. Like, if you look at the way everybody interfaces with the world, if there's a universal power, most people have like a 20-watt charger. The way I describe you, I say, I think that motherfucker's got like a 150-watt charger, and these ideas are just coming at him. So you do go on these rants that sometimes need to be dissected into individual things, but overall, you're incredibly productive. So my question is, why do people think there's something wrong with you?
Yeah.
But I legitimately, like, you've been medicated. They've put you away, right? They've brought you to how did that happen?
Well, I'll say these two things. I think very three-dimensionally. I don't think in the black and white lines that I've been programmed to think in, and I think in full color. So when I talk, I have to describe a thought in 5 ways. You know, we enjoy food that has multiple seasoning in it. We enjoy music that has multiple instruments. So when I talk, it's not a rant, it's a symphony of ideas. And when you collect them, you say, oh, these are all these things that connect. Yeah, you know, I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. That's simply it.
But none of the things you're saying are crazy. None of the things you said are crazy. It's fascinating the way you think, because I can see that you're thinking in all these different layers, and you're looking at things from all these different perspectives, and they all come together out of your mouth in like a tornado of ideas. Now, if someone wants to just have a conversation with you back and forth, I could see where they would go, this guy's crazy. He just doesn't stop. He's just ranting. But what I'm seeing is just you're a very thorough thinker. You're thinking at things independently, but you're thinking of things in a massive perspective. Now, who convinced you that that's bad? Have you always been this way, or were you was it less manageable before? Did you have issues with it before?
Yeah, I believe before I found Christ and gave my life to God, I would try to lean on my own understanding. And that's the universe is like a black hole of information.
What do you mean by your own understanding?
Meaning, when people ask Einstein, said, you're the smartest person, what would you like to know? Einstein's response was, I'd like to understand the mind of God. Meaning God is all-knowing, and we can only know or see. And for me as a visionary, we can only know or see what God allows us to see and what he feels we're ready to see and understand, to maximize what our Maslow's hierarchy of need chart is. You know, what sets our dopamines, what sets our serotonins off, what makes us feel good. Basically, like, you know, we did a good deed, and it's like it was somehow where, you know, just doing a beat for a famous person, or just doing a beat for a local dope rapper really meant a lot to me when I was 14 years old. Doing a beat for just anyone famous that had a major record deal was a lot to me at age 19. Me being able to, you know, put out my own music and put my own out was a lot to me at age 24. Meaning, as I grow, God sets new stages in the game of life for me that you get your satisfaction. Like Maslow's hierarchy of need is like our satisfaction chart. What makes us feel whole and accomplished as a human being. So as I go through these different levels, there's times where I would use confidence when I knew what I was doing, and I would use arrogance when I didn't know what I was doing. But I'd rather use arrogance than to let someone diminish my idea of myself, because that is what keeps us going. Hope actually keeps us alive. Anybody you ask, most people, it's like, do you want tomorrow to come? And they say yes. They have hope for it. But I went from having confidence and arrogance to having faith. And faith is the opposite of fear. And that created this fearless approach that I have. And that's what has made me the fearless leader that I am, that I've like crystallized into the leader that my mom always knew I would be when kids followed me in preschool. The leader that people saw when we changed the sound of music. The leader when we changed the sneaker industry. The leader in what we're doing with farming and with shelters. When I was building, the homeless shelters a couple years ago, and visiting parks and then going to Skid Row and understanding the dynamics and empathizing with what actual mental health issues are. Not someone, telling their truth or being exhausted and then being labeled as such. Like I am.
So that's what you felt happened to you. Like you were telling your truth and you were exhausted and they labeled you as mentally unhealthy.
Yes, absolutely.
Am I saying this right? That what happened with you is you feel like maybe, or you probably feel like that having this higher calling and recognizing this higher power was the glue that kept your thoughts together. It kept your mind straight and it kept you on a righteous path. So instead of being scattered with all these crazy thoughts and being exhausted and being labeled manic, right? Like we talked before and you were saying that they had you on medication, but the medication fucked with your creativity. It fucked with all kinds of things.
It blocked my ability to channel what God wanted me to do. But we're all on medication right now. Did you use toothpaste with fluoride today? It blocks your pineal gland. And they put children on it, and we put our kids on it. It's inside the deodorants that we use. It's all these things to create like a disconnect to God, to serve that. It's like, are you serving man? Or are you serving the one and only master?
But what did they tell you when they said that they were going to put you on medication? What did they put you on, and what did they tell you?
One of my favorite things that they did is they put me on this medication that made me gain a lot of weight. And I said, I'm not going to take this. And they said, okay, we got a medication you can take where you won't gain weight. And this shows you they were trying to kill a superhero, slowly trying to kill genius, trying to make
filled with money. As soon as things are filled with money, they're filled with people that are trying to take advantage of other people.
It's filled with money. Bees come to honey.
Exactly. Yeah. So they put you on this shit because you were exhausted. What did they put you on?
I can research. I'm actually forgetting the exact medication that they had.
But what did it do to you?
The main thing that it did is destroyed my confidence. It made me this shell of who I really am. It like grayed over my eyes. It made the Mustang that grayed over my anymore.
They sedated you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, woman. Since your man ain't got no heart, why don't you go to my apartment tonight and I'll show you a real man.
There you go.
What? Fuck you.